In the previous video, we have spoken about the art of meetings. This video will focus on the template related to the minutes of a meeting. So when we talk about meeting minutes templates, we can structure and develop the meeting minutes that suits our needs, yet those mentioned titles are non-negotiable since we do use the meeting minutes for so many purposes, specifically when we have external evaluators looking into the practices happening in our institution. If you surf the net, you will find a lot, but I highly recommend that you customize those templates. So by then you feel comfortable using them, circulating them, since they will be a reference point for the whole institution and the whole community involved in implementing and evaluating the impact of what's discussed. To start with, I do believe that we need to include our purpose or the institution guiding statement as a reminder when we talk about our meeting minutes. Remember in the video which was focused on explaining the methodology and the structure of meetings, whether be it from the meeting agenda, constructing the meeting minutes, and then following up on the implementation. We spoke about connecting all the objectives to the purpose of the institution or to the strategic plan. So I highly recommend that the purpose should be added before we start with anything. So by then it is in front of everyone when they look at this form, and they can connect what is discussed versus what was mentioned in the purpose. So first of all, we need to write the meeting title. In one of the videos uploaded before this video, we spoke about the meeting agenda, and we mentioned that there should be a title or an objective. So this objective should appear again in the meeting minutes. Then the minutes. Okay, how much time did it take? The meeting date and the meeting time. We move to the informational section, which I believe is very essential, where we document the location, meeting called by, type of meeting, facilitator, note taker, timekeeper, and attendees. This section should definitely be in line with the meeting agenda. So anyone who's comparing the meeting agenda versus the meeting minutes should see the same information reflected in the first and second section. Now, moving into the minutes, we need definitely to specify who attended versus who apologized. And as I mentioned in the meeting agenda, it's very important to add the designation or the position before the name. It's not that much important to mention the name of the person, but it is definitely so important to mention his position in the institution. Anyone looking at the meeting minutes will connect the position to the meeting title to see whether we are calling the relevant people to discuss the relevant issue, or we are inviting people who are not involved and they are part of the decision-making process. Keep in mind, the meetings of any institution are the most important practice, since they give an idea about the decision-making process. When we speak about leadership styles, and we have a lot of videos uploaded in this channel about it, they look at the meeting minutes and meeting agenda to verify whether your style is a distributed leadership, is it pace setting, is it visionary, is it strategic, whatever. So be careful about showing that strategically you invite the relevant people. Confidentiality and data protection is number one. So only relevant people should be attending. Meetings should not be open to everyone, because it is the essential part of the decision-making process of any institution. Now we come to the fourth section, which is the most important section, where we state the agenda item, and here the topic will be taken from the meeting agenda. Okay, then the discussion. The discussion should not only be descriptive. The discussion should also include the follow-up steps, the checkpoints, the monitoring and review. So it's very important when we mention the topic, we include all of those four essential items to show that this meeting is part of a series of meetings that are happening in the institution, and everything is connected in a logical, sequential, cyclic manner. Then we go to the action. In the action part, we have to make sure that we specifically mention the task, okay, or the practice or the procedure that will take place, and the person who will be in charge of doing that. And by the person, I mean the position, I mean the designation. So manager X will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So by then, in the coming meeting agenda, you will be calling that person to talk about his part, the way he or she did it, the follow-up mechanism, the monitoring, the review, and the next steps. Allow people here to celebrate success, to feel that they are part of the decision-making process and their input matters. That's how you inspire them and you give them an incentive to invest the time and the effort. No matter what we do, if we do not make people feel that they are valued in whatever position they do, then they will leave and they will feel burned out. So ownership of the work, celebrating success, is the most rewarding aspect for an employee. So this is very important. Now, as I mentioned, if you surf the net, you might find a lot of meeting minutes templates and many sophisticated sections. Those are the essentials. If you want to add more, then make sure you are adding what will help you and enable you to make the meeting minutes a live document which is looked at every day and is visited every time we put a new initiative in place. So by then, when the coming meeting is called, then we have something to present to show how strategically we are working and how we are achieving our stated topics and objectives.